Thragg is not just another Viltrumite. He is the embodiment of their entire ideology, strength, dominance, and absolute rule. His power surpasses almost every character in Invincible, and his sheer brutality makes him one of the most terrifying villains in modern comics. But what makes Thragg so dangerous? What are his true beliefs? And why, despite his overwhelming strength, did he ultimately fall? In this video, we're going to break down Thragg's true power level, his philosophy, and his ultimate fate in Invincible. Let's get into it. To understand how powerful Thragg is, we need to compare him to the strongest beings in Invincible. Omni-Man and Mark Grayson are considered some of the most dangerous beings in the universe. Omni-Man alone was able to decimate entire planets, fight multiple powerful heroes at once, and even take down civilizations. Mark, as we see in the series, continuously grows stronger and becomes a true threat to the Viltrumites. But Thragg? He is on another level entirely. Unlike Omni-Man or Mark, Thragg was specifically bred and trained from birth to be the ultimate warrior. He was not just another powerful Viltrumite, he was the best of them. From the moment he was born, his only purpose was to become stronger than everyone else. The Viltrumites didn't just see him as a great fighter, they saw him as the very future of their empire. Viltrumites already have near unlimited strength, insane durability, and the ability to heal rapidly, but Thragg takes it to an extreme. His combat skill is unmatched, his strategic mind is razor-sharp, and his endurance is beyond belief. We see this firsthand when Thragg fights Omni-Man. Omni-Man is a veteran warrior, someone who has fought across galaxies and slaughtered entire civilizations. But against Thragg, he barely stood a chance. Despite putting up a great fight, Omni-Man was brutally beaten to the brink of death. Thragg didn't just win, he completely dominated Omni-Man without showing any signs of weakness. Another moment that showcases Thragg's insane strength is his battle against Battle Beast. Battle Beast was a legendary warrior, someone who fought for centuries, seeking only the strongest opponents. And yet, when he faced Thragg, he met his end. The fight was brutal. Both warriors pushed each other to the limit, but in the end, Thragg ripped Battle Beast apart with his bare hands. This fight alone proved that Thragg wasn't just a powerful Viltrumite. He was on a level that no one else could reach. Thragg isn't just a warrior, he is the embodiment of the Viltrumite Empire's core belief. Might makes right. To truly understand Thragg's ideology, we have to go back to the history of the Viltrumites. Originally, the Viltrumite Empire was ruled by their leader, Argal, who was killed in a power struggle. This led to absolute chaos within their ranks. The Viltrumites were a warrior race, and without a strong leader, their empire was on the verge of collapse. To fix this, the strongest remaining Viltrumites selected Thragg to be their leader. He wasn't chosen because he was the most intelligent or the most diplomatic. He was chosen because he was the most powerful. His only purpose was to restore the Viltrumite Empire to its former glory, no matter the cost. Unlike Omni-Man, who eventually started to question the morality of the Viltrumite way, Thragg never wavered. To him, weakness was unacceptable. He saw anyone who didn't fit the Viltrumite ideal as inferior and disposable. This is why he viewed Mark and Omni-Man as traitors, because they dared to embrace emotions, empathy, and a life beyond conquest. Thragg's rule was based on absolute dominance. He didn't just want to conquer planets, he wanted to ensure that the Viltrumite bloodline remained pure, and that only the strongest Viltrumites would survive. He wasn't just fighting for power, he was fighting for the genetic future of his entire species. Even after being defeated and exiled from the remnants of the Viltrumite Empire, Thragg did not give up. Instead, he created an entirely new plan, one that would make him unstoppable. He went to a distant planet and began breeding an army of pure-blood Viltrumite children. This wasn't just any army. This was a force that would be loyal to Thragg alone. He knew that as long as Omni-Man and Mark were alive, they would stand in his way. So, rather than fighting a war with the few remaining Viltrumites, he decided to build his own army from scratch. This plan was terrifyingly effective. Within years, Thragg had an army of warriors, trained from birth to follow his orders. Unlike Omni-Man or Mark, who were torn between their human emotions and their Viltrumite instincts, Thragg's children were raised to be completely ruthless, just like him. With this new army, Thragg was no longer just a leader. He was a conqueror ready to take over the universe. Thragg's ultimate fate, the battle against Mark. But for all his strength, strategy, and brutality, Thragg's biggest weakness was his arrogance. He believed himself to be unstoppable, and that belief led to his downfall. In the final battle between Thragg and Mark, we see what happens when a monster like Thragg meets an opponent who refuses to give up. By this point, Mark had grown far stronger than before. He wasn't just a young Viltrumite trying to survive, he was now a warrior, ready to fight for something greater. The battle between Mark and Thragg was one of the most intense fights in the entire series. It wasn't just a fight between two powerful beings, it was a fight between two ideologies. Thragg fought with pure brutality and experience, but Mark fought with determination and purpose. As the battle went on, it became clear that Thragg wasn't invincible. He could be hurt, he could be beaten, and in the end, he was. Mark ultimately killed Thragg in one of the most satisfying moments in Invincible. Despite everything, his overwhelming strength, his centuries of training, his army, Thragg fell, and with him, the era of the old Viltrumite Empire finally ended. Thragg is more than just a villain. He is a symbol of everything the Viltrumite Empire stood for. He was the perfect warrior, the ultimate leader, and the most dangerous threat the universe had ever seen. But in the end, strength alone wasn't enough. Unlike Thragg, Mark was able to change and grow. He wasn't just fighting for power. He was fighting for a future where people could be free. And that's what made him different. Thragg may have been the strongest, but in the end, his own arrogance led to his downfall. So, what do you think? Could Thragg have won if he had been more strategic? Or was his downfall inevitable? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Invincible, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay strong, but not too strong, or Thragg might come for you.